This is Olive chilling on someone's shoulder. This is Donut. Hey girl! I'm not sure about that. I'm not sure about that. That's not good to know. The other thing they know, like they like to do paw like this, which is so cute. I love it. That's the one thing. Hey guys, it's Esther, the person behind Shadow the Rat, and I know I don't use my name often, but I thought I would for this video because, well, it's a pretty cool video because I'm going to be talking about an event I took my rats to. So on Saturday, August 28th, which was last Saturday, I took my rats to a fundraiser for adult literacy. And they basically got to hang around for 4 hours and meet a bunch of people, and that was pretty much what we did. Now, it sounds very simple, but I was super nervous for this going into it. I actually knew about it for a long time because Olive and Donut's breeder is actually the lady who mans the animal table for this event. So she actually told me about this event way back when I got Olive and Donut, which is like 8 months ago. It's kind of crazy to think about it. But she basically invited me to this event with Olive and Donut if I wanted to bring them. And I was kind of unsure about bringing Olive and Donut just because, well, I haven't brought a rat to an event like this before, and I was worried that they would be nervous and get freaked out by all the people and noises simply because I don't take rats out typically, so they're not really used to this sort of environment. So I wasn't sure if I was going to bring them or not. I planned to come to the event myself, but I wasn't sure about the rats until a few weeks ago when I started to take Olive and Donut outside on their harness a lot more. It kind of just naturally developed, and they really loved it. They never were really afraid of it. They just really seemed to enjoy it. So a few days before the fundraiser, I finally confirmed that I was going to take Olive and Donut with me to the event. I decided on Olive and Donut because they are my most confident and, most importantly, calm rats. They are quite calm and chill, so they deal really well with new people, new situations, and so forth. Or at least I thought they'd do well with new people and new situations. I hadn't tested them in this sort of way before, so that's why I was kind of nervous, but they did great. They were just amazing. They did an incredible job. They met so many people, dozens of people. They met kids, adults, everyone in between. And I was just very proud of both Olive and Donut for being very gentle and sweet and outgoing with everyone, regardless of how they were approached. Now, what I did is basically I brought some harnesses to this event along with the rat's travel carrier. And initially I was planning to have just Donut out and then switch her out for Olive at a different point so they could kind of alternate being in the travel cage and resting and being out on the harness. So when I realized that Donut was just completely chill, I took them both out, and then yeah, both of them did fine. I was honestly worrying for nothing because both girls were, again, amazing. They really were not freaked out by the situation. By the end, they were getting a little tired, but they were out for 4 hours between 8 a.m. and 12 p.m. So, they were doing really, really well, considering the longest they'd been on harness before this was 30 minutes. So, huge jump, and the rats absolutely nailed it. Now, they were not the only rats here. Two of the other rats were actually their brothers, so they were kept in a separate cage on a separate table, of course. But there was also another girl who brought her rats. She brought 5 rats, 1 neutered male, 2 standard females, and 2 dwarf females, which I was so excited. I've never seen a dwarf rat in person, and I've never held one, so I was just really, really excited to actually get to see one and hold them, and it was just such an amazing experience. I loved all her rats, but I was just absolutely astounded to see dwarf rats because, to my knowledge, no one breeds them in my state. And unfortunately, it turns out that they actually came from out of state. So no dwarf rats in my future, but still very cool to see them and meet them in person. She actually has 4 of them, and she brought 2 of them along with, again, her 3 standards. And she also has many more rats at home. She had a group of 11. Another girl there had a group of 13. She didn't bring any rats, but she brought some reptiles, so really neat. Just all around, a lot of great experiences with all the animals there, and I love talking to everyone. It was amazing to have other rat lovers to talk to. I'm always saying this, I do not get to talk to enough rat lovers in person. I was just so excited about that. I know I'm using the word excited a ton, but I really enjoyed this experience. It was just so great for both me and the rats, and everything went perfectly. And one of the funniest things is that I was sitting right next to the other girl with rats. And by the way, I'm not using their names because I'm not sure if they're comfortable with me using their names. Anyways, her rats were basically split up. She had brought a playpen and she set that up right next to us so that the standard rats could kind of chill in there and people could come and pet them and interact with them. And she kept the two dwarfs in the cage because, well, dwarf rats are really tiny, they're really fast, and they could definitely get out of the playpen. I mean, all the rats could, but these girls, the two dwarfs, they were not going to stay in there. She also took them out to interact with people some, as she was handling them. But when they were in the cage, Olive got a little bit, how should we put this? She was in heat, and she decided that the dwarfs were the ones she wanted to chase and mount her, which is a little bit awkward because she kept turning around and presenting her butt to the cage or to the dwarfs if they came out of the cage, which really, Olive, did you have to do that, Olive? Why? So I don't know why she seemed to prefer the dwarfs and wanted them to do interesting things with her, but I thought that was extremely funny. She also kept trying to climb into their cage, which was a little bit awkward. I don't know what was up with Olive. Like, Olive, please, chill. Anyways, it was just a really fun experience all in all. Like I said, tons of people pet Olive and Donut. Tons of people handled them, mostly with my help. But if they were doing well, I'd let them hold them alone. That was also fine. But the main reason I felt comfortable with that was because I had them on harness, and the harness was attached to my wrist. So no way for anyone to walk off with the rats, which, even though that's probably not going to happen, it's still a fear for me. So I was really glad that I had them secured to me in some way. And by the way, if you like the harness Donut is wearing, which has the little dragon wings on it, then I will have a link to the video I actually did reviewing that harness, which I got from the Crafty Rat on Facebook. They make some really awesome custom harnesses. So if you're looking for a harness for your rat, then definitely check them out. They make some really great ones. Anyways, one of the nice things about Donut having this harness with the little wings on is that it really attracted people to her and, well, Olive as well, but especially to her because she had the little cute wings on. And one nice thing about the harness having wings is that people were actually attracted to the table more to see the rats because, it's a rat with wings on. It's kind of a novelty, even more than a rat on a leash, which is already kind of a novelty, or just seeing rats in general. A lot of people haven't been around rats, so it's definitely a new experience for them. But having her have those wings on definitely made her kind of a photo magnet, and she ended up in quite a few people's pictures, which I thought was really cute. I helped her pose by leading her forwards with food, so she was looking at the camera. And yeah, she and Olive ended up in quite a few pictures, which I think is really cool. Other than that, I also had people feed them. I brought some liquid treats like meat baby food, and I would have people dip their fingers in there and offer it to Olive and Donut to lick. I know my rats are completely bomb-proof when it comes to licking things off your fingers. They only lick. They don't use their teeth at all when licking, so they're great rats to kind of be ratty ambassadors and for people to interact with. So I would basically have them eat some off my finger, and then I would give the meat baby food to whoever wanted to feed them as well, and because they saw me do it, they would feel more comfortable doing it as well. And this was also great for Olive and Donut because it meant that they started associating new people coming up to food. So they started approaching people when they came up, which was really great. And by the end, they were tired. They didn't really want to do that anymore. But that was only within maybe the last 20 minutes. So honestly, they did really well. And the last thing I want to discuss is a really cute moment near the end where their breeder came over. Again, I feel so weird calling her that. Like, I need to ask people if I can use their names in my videos. Anyways, she came over and she rested her arms on the table, which a few people had done at that point, but she did that and the rats both went up and sat on her shoulder. Both Olive and Donut did that, which was super adorable. They didn't do that to anyone else except for me, of course. I was sitting there with them the whole time, but they didn't do that to anyone else who approached, so it really seemed like they remembered her, which was really adorable, and they kind of just chilled up there for, a few minutes until the end of the event. So yeah, all in all, it was a really great experience, and I would definitely do something like this again. I think the rats enjoyed it, and I enjoyed it, and it was just a lot of fun. So yeah, they're actually having another similar sort of event next year, early next year, and it's going to be a lot larger, but it's a similar style sort of thing, so I will be taking Olive and Donut to that. If everything continues to go well, which I expect it to go well, then hopefully they will be going to another event early next year. So very excited about that, and again, I had a lot of fun at this event, and I'm kind of curious, for anyone else who's done these sort of events, did your rats like it? Did you enjoy it? I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope it doesn't seem too hypocritical considering this is only being done a few weeks after my why I don't go on pet shows with my rats video, which talks about me not taking them out and so not feeling comfortable taking them out because I think they're going to be nervous. This really disproved some of the things I was thinking there, but it really did come down to the fact that Olive and Donut are very confident and that they did have quite a bit of experience outside just because I was recently taking them on little walks. Anyways, again, I hope you guys enjoyed, and I hope to see you next time. Bye!